No matter who you are or where you are in life, you can remove the lid from your jaw. And if you're wondering if you still have the lid on your life, here are some signs that you still do. If you're not looking forward to waking up in the morning, if you're bored out of your mind, or if you have enough time to complete all someone has asked of you. If your dreams make sense to all of your friends, you've probably got it under control. You've got your lid on, man. Your dreams shouldn't make sense to everyone. You've got to say something that makes folks go, how are you going to do that? That's when you remove the lid, and if I were you, I'd do the same. Makes sense to me, daughter. I mean, in show business, you could arrive to work one day and be told that the performance has been canceled. What can you do? So I've produced a lot of content. I have radio, I write books, I write movies, I do television shows, I host television shows, I got a game show. I do a lot. So when they arrive and cancel something, I don't give a damn. I've got 8 more jobs. Do you understand what I mean? I simply manage the stack, and now I'm always prepared. I prepare for what's coming. Here's the deal. Change is unavoidable. So here's what will happen. Nothing in your life is permanent. Everything will change. So there are 2 options for dealing with change, reacting to it or participating in it. It will change anyway. So if you keep waiting, you'll have to adjust to the change. And now you're behind. However, if you participate in the change, you must understand that your current job will not last forever. I am just informing you, COVID demonstrated this earlier. Where you go to work every day will change. COVID demonstrated this earlier. Your best laid plans. So what you got to start doing is you got to start anticipating that it's going to change and just start living your life with the preparation for change. No matter what you're doing, you could be doing more. Remember that there are 24 hours in a day. You have the opportunity to spend as many of those hours as possible preparing for your own stability. I mentioned it online, I got in a lot of trouble. If you sleep 8 hours, you're not ever going to be rich. You cannot sleep 8 hours a day. It's only 24 hours in a day. If you sleep 8 hours, that's a third of your life. How can you cannot remain sleeping a third of your life and become successful. People became upset with me because you couldn't. They say Steve Harvey prefers wealth to health. No, I'm just telling you that if your ass wants to hit it and be rich, you have to cease crap. You have to get your hustle and grind on. I can't sleep at how much you sleep. I used to sleep in 4 or 5 hours. If I get 6 hours, woof, I'm weary. Plus, I'm old. I've had to get up. I'd like to see what today brings. I can't miss anything. I am an old man. I'm 64 years old. So I can't just lay in bed waiting. I needed to get up early. Every day I wake up eager to see what else God has in store for me. He gave me a lot. Might as well see the whole of it, right? You cannot see a slumber. So I've always prepared myself for what this business entails, and for the first time, I genuinely thought about retiring. This is the first time I've ever considered retiring. So now I want to return home. I'm traveling to Africa. The one thing I've learned to do with all of my children is to dream. Nothing is bigger than your dream. Nothing is larger than your dream. As we sit in this wonderful educational institution, I'm not suggesting your education isn't significant because it's linked to many of your goals. But allow me to tell you something. There isn't anything bigger than your dream. Because your dream will prepare you to receive an education. There is no mention of dying without an education, but it warns that without a dream or vision you will perish. So if what you want to do demands an education, your dream will motivate you to achieve it. But the dream is greater than everything, guy. See, if an education was what propelled you to greatness or success, I wouldn't be here today, because I don't have one. Yet no one could outdream me. Once you're out in your acceleration, in your altitude, once you're out in your dream means everything, guy. It represents the most significant aspect of your life. Look, guy, it's that stuff God puts inside of you that keeps you awake at times. It is your dream. It's that thing, that part of you, guy, that awakens you and stirs the very depths of your soul. I have always taught my children to dream. The secret to true success is to bind your talent to the dream. Whatever position you find yourself in today, we put ourselves there by a succession of thoughts and acts. Thoughts become things. That is really crucial to know. So let's look at both sides. For those who have negative notions, it results in negative outcomes. Whilst people who think positively experience the reverse. It leads to beneficial outcomes. That is the bargain. It's that simple. People's thoughts become objects. So the one obvious question for all of us is, on a daily basis, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Because this is the reality of existence. This is biblical, this is spiritual, this was written, this is philosophical, this is the law of the cosmos. This is just the way things are now. This is the cold part, guys. It does not matter if you believe me or not. It makes no difference if you've never been told this before, or if you believe it works in your situation. It doesn't matter. Listen to me. It's the way it is. It is. It's simply one of the laws of the universe. You can call anything you choose. However, you have to dress this thing up, since that is all it is. So when I suggest that you are where we are now because we imagined ourselves here, are you willing to believe that? You thought you were here. Let me explain something that no one else sees. I have individuals around me who really want to take credit for it. Every man you met in this room ruined your 20s. You spend your entire 30s attempting to make up for what you missed in your 20s. You turn 40 and are trying to recoup from the mistakes you made when you were 30. Now there are 40 men. It's time for you to start, really around 30, you should start buckling it down and accept that everyone makes mistakes. And the mistakes you make will help you grow into the person you need to be later on. Stephen Harvey, all these mistakes, Doc, it's cool to make you. I needed to ruin every marriage. I needed to get arrested like I did. I needed to be shot. I needed all of this, Doc. I needed to be homeless. Yeah, I needed all of these things to happen, to shape me into who I am now. So when you're young and make mistakes, don't let them get you down. Because everyone who made it done made them. Failure is necessary for victory. Hey guy, in order to understand how to make the game-winning shot, you must first miss it. First and foremost, you're discussing topics to which I can connect, as can many others. I mean, everybody has the same narrative. We just receive different information. But as I often say, life is 10%. What happens to you is mostly determined by your actions. See, we're going to dig into chapter 1 of my new book, section 1. This is quite evident to everybody. So, the first step is to be absolutely and brutally honest and say, I'm tired of myself. When you say, I'm sick and tired, or being sick and tired, you are facilitating transformation. That is when you are prepared to say these words. No more excuses. No more excuses. I went to Kent State, I dropped out. Well, I did not drop out. I did not pass. That sent my life into a tailspin. But I couldn't let the fact that I didn't have a college degree stop me. And as you say, all of my pals at this age are settling into their careers. You have no idea if they're pleased or not. Don't compare yourself to others. So the first step is to stop focusing on other people. Instead, focus on being the best version of yourself that you can. After you've achieved your full potential, you'll realize that you deserve to sit at the big table with everyone else. Now that you've accepted how much you have, everyone has the right to succeed. The next step is to learn to talk the talk. You have to become fluent in the language of success. So you say it with ease. Surround yourself with people who have achieved their goals and immerse yourself in the culture of success. You have to be tough because the road to success is constantly under construction. There is seldom a clear road to success. People who become successful have a relentless attitude, and you just have to hang in there through the bad breaks. The bad breaks will come, but they usually come right before the big break. You get a series of bad breaks, and it throws a lot of people off track. My life and career serve as a reminder to everyone that they can fail, fall, and get back up. As I've previously stated, we all have a gift, but too many people miss out because they refuse to sign the lease on it. You keep looking for it outside of yourself. Stop, sit with oneself. What do you excel in while exerting the least amount of effort? That is your gift. However, if you are continuously looking outside of yourself and do not focus on your gift, you will never find your purpose. If you want to achieve, you must commit to and embrace your unique gift. Well, that's the exact counsel I'd offer my kids if I could convince them of the value of their 20s. Because man, you know what I did? I just blew my 20s. I ended up spending my whole 30s correcting mistakes I made in my 30s. And I spent my entire 40s doing things I could have done in my 30s. I looked up, man, and we'd met too many times. If you could convince young people to put their foot on the accelerator in their 20s, because they now believe that going out is everything. And I keep telling them, man, you're going to outgrow that in a minute. Because, at this age, it's when someone says, hey, we're going to a club tonight. What? Going out to a club? Are you kidding? You don't make any sense because you're over it. However, it takes a minute for them to grasp. It's sad. I wish they would receive it. I wasn't clubbing in my 20s. It was just that I didn't know how to create a vision board. I didn't know how. What actually transformed my life was that I joined Amway when I was approximately 24. I joined Amway and it changed my life. They introduced me to self-help books for the first time, and I read 2 books that altered my life. Norman Vincent Peale wrote The Power of Positive Thinking, while David Schwartz wrote The Magic of Thinking Big. I read those novels and they altered my life, but it also reminded me of something my mother had told me because she was a Sunday school teacher, because all self-help books are biblically grounded. There is nothing, everything is from the Bible. Proverbs appears in all of the self-help books. That is all it is, the book of wisdom and understanding. If you can read that, it will also transform your life. Sometimes you need normal novels that you can relate to in different ways. But it all stems from the Bible. It's like if a great book is The Secret, yet reading The Secret only reveals Bible verses. It is based on the Bible. Without the Bible, you can't come up with anything fresh to advise someone how to achieve. You cannot. It doesn't work like that, A couple of novels transformed my life, man. The Magic of Thinking Large is enormous. It just taught me one simple principle. Thinking big does not require any more energy than thinking tiny. You can say Volkswagen and Rolls-Royce with equal effort. You don't have the grunt to say Rolls-Royce. So, if the Bible is correct, and a man is as he thinketh, then thinking poor thoughts will lead to poverty. When you turn your thought to wealth and riches, you begin the process of becoming wealthier and richer. It's just not a case of trickery. I mean, this is exactly how it works. People, make things more complicated. You must do both this and that. However, the Bible is relatively straightforward. There are no loopholes in it, really. It's really simple. It says exactly what it says. All you have to do is assume it's addressing you. That's how it is. Most people do not believe that God is speaking to them, that I have come to give you life and life more abundantly. You don't think he's talking to you? He will give you abundant life. He do. He really will. You don't have to be rich to live an abundant life. Sometimes you just want to be healthy and happy. You might be incredibly happy, man, making $70,000 per year. You really, truly can. You don't need several million. I did, but you didn't require a few. It helped me a little. However, to be honest, it did not make me pleased. And to you, me and God, guy, I simply, for this, we have ministers and pastors, just let me know how I can help you. Please tell me what I can do for you. We attend church again. I can take a sentence or a notion and make it count. Now, one guy told me, yeah, I hear you said it was hard, but you're not funny to me. I didn't have to be funny to you. You have never bought a ticket to see me. No, I have not. I still made it. What others think is irrelevant. I don't think you're funny. If you can think of something to get 10 for, I'm sure each of you has something God has given you that you might persuade someone to give you 10 for. I'll show you how to become a millionaire. All you need is one item, and you can acquire 10. I don't care whether it's cutting hair, cutting lawn, painting, babysitting, typing papers, or walking dog. Just get someone to give you 10. All I want you to do is complete it and obtain a 10. After you've completed the 10, I want you to repeat it 10 more times. That is all. You have 100. When you obtain that 100, whatever you did to get it, repeat it 10 times. You are going to have 1,000. Now, things get a little trickier. Whatever you did to make 10 dot, listen to me close. What I want you to do is do it 10 more times. That's what I want you to do. Don't change shit, just do it 10 more times. You will now have 10,000 dot. This is where you need to start using the thing. After you've made $10,000 with this 10 idea, all I want you to do is repeat it 10 times more. Simply repeat whatever you did to earn the $10,000 10 times over. You are going to have 100,000. This is the trick of tricks. Once you reach $100,000, you will need to hire a few individuals. All I want you to do after you've made $100,000 is repeat the process 10 times more. Congratulations, you are a millionaire. That's how it is done. These are jokes I'm telling right now. These are 25 jokes. My first gig paid me $25 over the course of 20 days. Same joke. This is just English. I haven't learned how to accomplish this in Spanish, nor any of these. I just kept saying these jokes in English 10 more times, till they started paying me 25 a night. Then they started paying me 100 a night, 150 25 a night. I made $500,000 making jokes in one night. These are the same jokes. I kept telling them over and over, 25 jokes repeated 10 times. You could be a millionaire babysitting. You could be a millionaire doing brows. You could be a millionaire cutting grass. You could be a millionaire as a barber, painting houses. You already have the gift. God has already given you the gift. He gave it to you at birth. You were born with it. God ain't never created a soul he didn't give a birth to, that he didn't give a gift to at birth. You sitting up in here, if you're poor, you have talked yourself out of your God-given gift. You got a groovy job somewhere and tried to seem cheerful about it. Now that they have furloughed you, you're disappointed. You should be jumping for pleasure. Walk your ass up the hallway. Go take the gift God has given you and make yourself a millionaire.